one more question here from Sean. Oh, very good question.
Oh boy, more of a swing trader, definitely, Sean. But there are scalping and day trading strategies for options. Personally, I don't necessarily day trade individual stocks on options on stocks as a scalping mechanism, because usually spreads are too wide. So if you're going to scalp or day trade options, well, traders that I know that day trade options, they just trade SPY, QQ, or SPX. They just trade that because they're just trading direction and momentum. And unless it's and again, there's always exceptions. If there's an event, you're obviously going to trade the event, right? So that's if there's earnings, or you're trading about something called a volatility crush, which we'll talk about in some of our coaching calls. Once the cat is out of the bag, the volatility of the option decreases. So if there's an event where there's going to be a big news event like earnings, right? Once the news comes out, everybody knows what's going on. The volatility crushes. So a lot of people play that trade as well. So that's a day trade. So those are strategies where, an individual stock you would do, but for the most part, I swing trade. If I look, like I said, I'm a trend follower. So I'll tend to have a mix of bulls and bears at the same time, depending on what sectors are doing well and which sectors are doing terrible, and what my overall idea of the stock market is. So right now I'm leaning towards bearish, even though we had a couple of good days. So I'm using this opportunity the last couple of days to add a couple of bears. We'll see. And if I'm wrong, which I could be, I have no idea if I'm going to be right or not. If the market continues to drift higher, I'll just add bulls, and I'll naturally get stopped out of those bears that I just mentioned. That's how every day I just reevaluate.
I think it's a good question by Sean. In my experience, I think most people want to trade options, so they're not at their screen all day, whether it's a week out, a month out, or letting the position unfold between whenever they buy it and sell it in expiration.
Yeah,
that's my experience. I think most people don't want to be at the screen, but it's a good question.
Yeah. No, swing trading is great if you have a full-time job or you're busy during the day and you can't watch your screens. It's a great strategy. It's a great way to let things go in the background. Also, if you are day trading options in the sense that you're watching it every day, really what you're doing is portfolio management. You have a basket of maybe 10, 15 things going on at once. And you have to manage that every day in the sense that, okay, should I add some bulls? Should I add some bears? Should I lighten up on a position? Should I add more of whatever it is I'm doing because it's doing well? Those are the decisions intraday that you make as an options trader when you're swing trading. You're still going to be hands-on in that sense if you're an active trader.